This is E.A.S.E Disease, a group support program for celiacs by me, Deepa Rajani, your most trusted and reliable health coach for celiacs. Okay. You know, when there was this moment in all our lives when we were told for the first time, you are a celiac. You know, when the doctor told you for the first time your diagnosis, you are a celiac, it shook us, I think, to our very core. Because, you know, suddenly foods that you thought were healthy for you, foods that you thought were good for you, were suddenly unhealthy for you. Suddenly they were harming you, they were bad for you. And suddenly, like, you know, things that you loved eating, you couldn't eat anymore. You know, how many of us here today have gone through that sinking feeling, that that what is happening to me now, what is right or wrong in my life right now? You know, please reply with a chat in the chat box with a yes or a no if any of you have gone through this sinking feeling. I can see a couple of yes. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's not great, but of course it's good to know that I'm not alone in this, because I know at that point I felt very, very alone. But it's good to know that, you know, so many of us have gone through that, but now it's time to make a change. So I think one of the first side effects of celiac for me was stress, confusion, helplessness, depression. And last but not the least, why me? I think most of us must have thought that. Please give me a loud yes, everyone out here who felt like this at some point in their life. I can see a lot of yeses coming in. I completely feel your pain because I have been through that for years together. But now let's just make it easy for all of us. You know, we stand together to empower ourselves to overcome this challenge that is a part of our lives now. Um, well, I want to begin by telling you a story. There was this young girl who, from a very young age, felt very awkward in her skin. You know, she had weak eyesight, she couldn't see very clearly, but she refused to wear specs because she was very young and she was very shy about wearing her specs. So, you know, going through a young age with weak eyesight, and suddenly she had these weird illnesses happening, but she didn't know what was happening to her. She was very underconfident and fearful. You know, waking up one morning with pain in her fingers, skin rashes, dental issues. So going to doctors was a part of her growing up years. But she didn't know what was happening with her, so she didn't know how to heal herself. Well, a few years later, she got married, had her children, and that's when her real nightmare began. Because after the delivery of her second child, she suddenly had severe digestive disorders. She did not know what was wrong with her, so she went back to the doctor and he put her on some medications, which she started taking, but it just made matters worse. Her digestion just got even worse. Not knowing what was wrong with her, she was constantly eating the wrong things, and her digestion